All right. Welcome to Navigating Narcissism, this series of different tips. Now, you're likely going, who the heck are you in your plaid shirt? No makeup, none of it. So, I was a lawyer for over 20 years. I was a judge of landlord and tenant disputes in my province. I used to be a judo coach teaching fundamentals to kids and sometimes kids and their parents. That was fun. I've been an adult educator. When I was that grad student in law school, I got the graduate teaching fellowship, taught a class. So I've done a lot of things, and I'm a parent. So, in terms of navigating narcissism, I'm sharing today the best advice I ever got when I was going through separation. And you can hear my greyhound pacing. She doesn't like me being in this room, she wants me with her. So, the best advice. Oh, and here we have Cora. I foolishly left the door open. We are a home of rescue pets. Anyway, best advice I ever received when I was going through divorce. And that was, Kim, quit expecting him to change, right? Do not expect him to change. He's not going to change just because you're not with him anymore. Because I was thinking, well, we've split up. He's going to become a better person. It's all going to be good. We're going to be able to negotiate. We're going to be able to have a decent conversation. It's going to be so much better now that we're not living together. And this very experienced person, he was one of the senior mediators at a government office here then, and I was being mentored there, practicing mediation with really good mediators. But he told me that. He said, Kim, they're not going to change. They don't change just because you're not together. And once, oh, right, it was like once I accepted that, my expectations changed. And so it was like, he's just going to keep behaving the way he behaves because it has nothing to do with me or it has nothing to do with you. Your spouse, your narcissist, even if he's not a narcissist, your former spouse is acting the way he is because that is just who he is. It has nothing to do with you, and quit expecting him to change. And if you can do that, then you can start showing up differently. So instead of reacting because you're expecting something better, it's just like, oh, here he goes again. Okay. You can have more realistic expectations and you can go, this is how he behaves. So, in terms of strategically, it can really help with how you approach it. Right? So, this is one thing. That is something that's really, really important to know that they are not going to change just because you're not living together. The other thing that's really important to know is your narcissist has to win, right? Like that was part of the dynamic when you lived together. The narcissist was always right, correct? Always right and had to win. Well, that doesn't change either. So what happens is if you're negotiating with a narcissist or you're working with a lawyer, you cannot start from a reasonable position. You have to inflate what you actually want. Right? You do. And because then the narcissist can push back and you have room to move to what your baseline is. And if you want to learn more about that strategy, it's actually something I use with my consulting clients, something I teach in my group programs, Divas of Disentanglement, and then the community Cake Life. If you want to learn more and that intrigues you about, well, we've been stuck in the lawyers for 3 years and we're not getting anywhere. If you want to learn that little strategy so you can push things, if you can start from the assumption he needs to win, and so what do? There's a link in the notes below this to book a free consultation with me. And we can explore how I might be able to help you get there. So once again, that's it, navigating narcissism. A couple things you need to know so you can divorce as the best you can and so that you and your children can thrive, because it doesn't have to be this whole trauma that leaves you traumatized for 10 years. You want to go through this, right, in a way that lets you move forward, lets your kids move forward so that you can be your best self, right? Like me going off to do my master's degree as part of Reclaiming Me. That was my dream. So, what's your dream? And I would love to help you achieve it. So, yes, Kim Corbin, there's a link to book a free consult with me. And let me know what you think. Leave a comment. Thank you.